All right, welcome back to the $1 Million Challenge, where I start off with $1 and I'm working my way up to $1 million through gambling. So today I got two roulette strategies I'm going to be testing. I already ran these in a previous video, but we're going to be running them back. So just to show you guys where we're sitting at in the bankroll, this is our total balance right now. Is on day 192, we're sitting at $1,095, adding up all the outside casino apps and the website and the investment accounts. So our 1% profit goal on that was about $11, and then our stop loss is about $44. So I've been running a bracket between the Discord community strategies that were sent in by you guys. So just to show you guys the bracket right now, we did round one, we're working on round two, and we have two roulette strategies I'm running today. We have All Prince with the 771 roulette strategy, and we have Sunny with the Poppy Floppy roulette strategy. So I'm going to show you guys how these operate. I'm going to run them today. So, like I said, we were on a crazy losing streak recently. Looking at the balance sheet here, this is tracking the bankroll every single day. We lost like 8 days out of the past like 12 days. So we're down pretty good. I actually had to pull money over from the savings account into the website because we busted on the website. So, yeah, it does hurt, but that's why we have the savings account there. So we have money on hand just to pull over. So looking at the website, here's what we're gonna be running with today. The first strategy, I will explain it. I do want to just show you I have this $125 in the website, and I'm gonna vault this on camera just to show you guys. So I need to have $44 in the balance. So we're gonna vault $81 to the vault there. There we go. Okay, cool. So now we have $44 to work with. That's our stop loss for today. So the way this strategy is set up, here's how we do this. It's a 771 strategy. So the base bet is 2 cents for every $100. So we basically have like 50 bucks. So I'm working with about a total base bet of a penny and a half. So it's a little bit aggressive. It should be like 1 penny for every $50, but it's a little bit more aggressive. On loss, we're going to increase by 75%. And the goal is to have a 15 number spread. So this is his optimal layout that he showed in the Discord. So he's just trying to set an image, and this is what he set up. But the way this is supposed to be set up is you have 1 unit on green. And then in the first dozen, you want 3 red and 2 black. So we have our 3 red and then our 2 black in the first dozen. The second dozen, you want 2 red and 3 black. So we have our 2 red and then our 3 black. And then in the final dozen, the third dozen, you want 2 red and 2 black. So we got 2 red and then 2 black. So we increase on loss by 75%. We have our base unit as 100,000 chips in the originals roulette. And then we're gonna stop on profit of $11. It's like $10.95 for the profit goal. So I just rounded up to $11. But that is the strategy. Pretty simple. And I'm gonna get this auto bet set up. We're gonna do instant bet. I'm gonna turn off animations. Okay, I meant to reset the seed, but I just cleared the board. So we're gonna reset the seed. Did that on accident. Just so there's a fair baseline here. Fresh new seed. We're gonna run this. So let's just get into it and rip it. So, like I said, I moved over money from the savings account. We have $125 in the bankroll now. And I did get some good bonuses since the last episode, and I'm going to show those at the end of this video. Instead of showing them in the beginning, I'm going to show them at the end just because I figured that's a little bit slower content, so we'll just save that for the end of the video. But if you want to stay tuned and watch the bonuses claimed, I'll put them at the end. We got some big bonuses. So I would stick around to see those. Are pretty cool. But yeah, this strategy is obviously a very safe strategy. You have a ton of progressions. This is a 1 cent base bet, and we're increasing 75% on every loss. So it can allow for a lot of losses. So even these big dips here are like down a couple pennies. They're not huge dips, but you can see we're starting to go up pretty good. I turned off the like 2 decimal constraint just so you can see all the different decimals since we have such a small base bet. So looks a little bit crazy, but here we're going on a big dip here, and it comes back. Wow, nice. So even that big dip was only down like $2. So it looks like it's huge, but it's only $2 in the negative. So this is a pretty safe strategy. Definitely good if you have like a smaller bankroll. So I'm working with like 44 bucks today, and it's definitely usable for a small bankroll like that. So we're gonna let this run for a little bit. Might take a little bit to reach the profit goal, but in the meantime, the Discord community has been blowing up pretty good recently. I feel like a lot of new people joined. It's been pretty active. It's really good to see everyone joining and being engaged and just communicating with everyone. It's really cool to see. I think we're up to like 260 members right now, so it's really cool to see that you guys are just a good community. Everyone's super cool with each other. Everyone treats out everyone with respect, and you guys always just, it's cool to pop in there. I've been really busy personally. I've been studying for license, a professional license, so I just like haven't had a ton of free time to like pop in there and chat with you guys as much. So I try to stop in and say what's up every so often. But yeah, just between like recording, studying, very busy, but it's good stuff. So yeah, I just wanted to say I'm very happy that you guys are enjoying the community. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how things have progressed so far. Bankroll's up to $1,000. We start with $1. Again, I know I repeat this a lot, but I assume that there's like new people each episode. But I do the sports betting. We have the Bitcoin investments. At the time of recording this video too, Bitcoin's been going down. It just hit like an all-time high. It's been going down a little bit, so I bought some more with the bankroll balance. So I'm pretty heavily invested in Bitcoin with the entire balance. So, I mean, I'll show that on camera when the time comes, because I record a couple weeks like behind. Like I guess, yeah, the bankroll is a couple weeks behind when I actually record. But yeah, I'll show it on camera. But I figured now's a good time to buy some more Bitcoin. So my bankroll is aggressively in Bitcoin right now. And I figured if the time comes, we could just gamble with Bitcoin as well. We don't have to use USDC. But yeah, I'm just trying to get as much invested because that's really the long-term play. I think we're starting to see with the bracket challenge. Again, this isn't like my style of strategies. Like this one really is, because it's safer. It's a safer strategy. These are the kind of charts I like to usually see when I play with my own strategies, or like my style is like very slow and consistent. That's kind of the whole idea of the whole challenge, where a lot of the strategies in the bracket are a little bit more aggressive, not really my style, which is fine. My goal is to try your guys' strategies and see what works. But in terms of the entire bankroll profiting over a long time, I figured the investments have to be a little bit more aggressive too, because gambling has a negative EV. Like your expected value on your dollar is negative. You're expected to lose money in the long run. So this isn't like a super profitable, actually it shouldn't be profitable long term, technically. So that's why I'm trying to throw money into Bitcoin, have it invested, have it have a slow growth over time, just to beat that house edge. We have the sports betting as well to fight against that house edge, because you can make like calculated bets. You can make bets based on like other variables rather than just a numerical percentage of getting a random win. So that's kind of the idea. But I just wanted to give you guys a little update on that. Yeah, I'm hoping to get this bankroll to at least $3,000 by the end of the year. That is the goal. Looking at the tracking sheet, I could show that up real quick. Let me try to pull that up. But yeah, the goal is to be at $3,000 by the end of the year. So if I just show you guys this real quick, on day 365, which will actually be in January. So I guess really the last day of the year would be right here. And that's $3,200 is based on the tracker. If I got 1% profit every day, that's where I should be. So we're a third of the way there. Obviously this is a compounding challenge. So, you know, we're only $1,000 and it's currently August of recording this. So like, yeah, we're 8 months into the year. There's only 4 months left. I'm only $1,000. We went from $1 to $1,000 in 8 months, and then ideally I go from $1,000 to $3,000 in 4 months, which should be mathematically possible with compounding. It's an exponential growth, so it doesn't sound impossible when you like think about it in numbers like that. I know turning $1,000 into $3,000 in 4 months sounds a little bit nuts, going for these like very small $10 a day profits, but it mathematically should work if we can consistently get some wins. But yeah, that's the goal. By the end of the year, have $3,000, and then if that hits, we got to do that like 2 more times, and then $1 million will be complete. So I think if we can make it through 1 year of this challenge, I'm gonna have very high hopes that this thing's possible to run the whole way through. If I can do it once, know it's possible to get to that $3,000 mark, because that'd be $1 to $3,000. That's the way you gotta look at it. So if that's possible, then turning $3,000 into $1 million isn't that crazy if you think about it. But I'm gonna let this run. I'll cut back if this either busts or if this hits the profit goal. So we'll be right back in a few moments. Okay, so we're about $1 away from our profit goal, actually about like 70 cents. You can see this has not really hit any crazy loss streaks recently, so that's pretty darn good. We hit some in the beginning there. Oh, we just hit a big one there as soon as I mentioned that. That's like every time I bring that up, we start hitting a loss. But now that's oh. We hit the. I didn't know it came back. I got scared for a second. I was like, why did it just stop? But it came the whole way back. So that last bet there, let's see what that was. It's pretty high. Might take a second to load. Yeah, we'll let that load real quick. But that was a pretty good strategy. Very safe up until like that last bet there. But even then, it didn't go past the original balance start, or the starting balance. It still stayed in the profit. So that's what I like to see. That's my type of strategy that fits my play style. I like that a lot. I think this strategy really has a good chance of making it the whole way to the end of the bracket, just based on this graph. I think the graph previously was pretty similar when we did this last time. But yeah, I like to see that a lot. Let me see. Try to refresh this, which I'm gonna lose the live stats. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this real quick, and I'll refresh the page just to see what that payout was. Yeah, so the last bet was a $7 bet, hit a 2.4x, paid out about 17 bucks. So I did get pretty low there. Another bet would have went pretty good. But yeah, that turned out really well. Finally got another win after a ton of losses. Hopefully the next strategy can pull it off too and get us another win for today. All right, so day 192 is a win. We got our $11.05 profit. Now we're moving on to day 193 with our balance now being at $1,125. And we're gonna use the same profit goal and stop loss from yesterday. So $44 for our stop loss and $11 for our profit, just to keep things equal between the two strategies. And for the bracket, I entered the stats for strategy 6, as you can see. I'll log those in the sheet just in case we need to do a tiebreaker. And looking at our bracket now, we have strategy 7, which is Sunny's strategy. We got Poppy Floppy, it's a roulette strategy. I'm gonna set this up and we'll get started. Okay, this one's really simple. This is Sunny's strategy. Basically, all we need to do is run 3 units on a color. So I'm doing 3 units on black, 2 units on a row. So he said if you do on black, you do the top row as the 2 units. So the way this works is if you hit your color, it's a 1 unit profit. If you hit your row, it's 1 unit profit. And if you hit your color on the row, so if I hit a black on this top row, it's 7 units profit. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. So last time I ran this, I went for 4 wins to hit the profit goal, which was $2.50. And then since then, he suggested in the Discord server to cut that in half and go for 8 wins. It's a little bit safer. So I'm just gonna cut this in half. So we have a $1.25 base bet, and I think we just need 8 unit wins, or 8 wins, and that would give us a unit. So that would get us there, I think. Maybe 12 wins. All right, we're gonna run this. It's just a flat betting strategy. There's no martingale or anything. You don't increase on loss. Very straightforward. So I'm gonna reset the fairness just because we ran that last strategy in 1,000 bets. So I'm gonna reset that for keep things even. And maybe I will turn instant bet off because it's going to go pretty quick. It's a pretty quick strategy, I think. So let's get this started. Yeah, maybe it's not that fast. 25 cents on a win. I mean, this can take a lot of losses because we have a small base bet, but the wins are very small too. So you get a 1.2x on, what is it, 22 units. Yeah, there's 22 numbers that you can profit 1 unit, and then there's 4 numbers you can profit 7 units. And I guess a unit is just 25 cents. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I think this is set up right. I just double checking. I think we just got a really bad start. I was a little bit concerned that I had this set up wrong. So let's take off animations. And I'll turn on instant bet too. Make this go a lot quicker. Yeah, I don't know why I thought this was... I was just not reading it right. But yeah, we're good. We're all good. It's just a really rough start. I saw it just keep going down and down. I was like wondering if I did the bets wrong, but no, we're good. We just get on a bad loss streak. And we're cooking. We're cooking. Can we come back and win this? Come on. We're like right there. There we go. That was so fast. That was really fast. We just wagered like $87 in a couple seconds. So that pulled through really well. I did not expect it to go that quick, but it worked out. It's what we're looking for. I'm going to enter that in the sheet and we'll wrap up the video. All right, so both strategies won today. It's good to see that finally. We needed some wins. So we have to do a tiebreaker. So I logged in the stats for both of the strategies, strategy 6 and 7. Basically what we're doing to figure out which one moves on, we're gonna do tiebreaker between the final profit, whatever one had the highest final profit, whatever one had the lowest amount of bets placed, just because it's a quicker strategy, and whatever one has the lowest max dip, which means it has less risk. Based on those two strategies, looking at the final profit and loss, they both hit the profit goal. Strategy 7, the poppy floppy, the second strategy, went over a little bit more. I think I had like an extra 45 cents, so that did have a little bit better profit. And then the bets placed, the second strategy was a lot quicker. Obviously with bigger bets, it was a faster strategy. A little bit, higher bets could go down a lot faster, but still won that parameter of having lower bets. And then the lowest max dip, we went the smaller amount, so that would be the first strategy we ran. Didn't have much of a dip at all, so it was pretty much in profit the whole time. But between the two strategies, the second one we just ran had a better statistics on the tiebreaker. So strategy 7 will move on to the next round. And what happened in the last episode, if you didn't watch it, these first two both lost. So what I'm gonna end up doing is moving on a winning strategy from the rest of these. Hopefully we get some more wins and we can easily just move on a winning strategy. I'm not trying to move on losing strategies. The whole point of this bracket is to find strategies that are consistently winning, just a good strategy overall that I can use for this entire $1 million challenge to go forward and get profit. That's the whole goal of the brackets. I'm trying to move on strategies that are winning. So we'll figure it out as time goes on, but right now the Poppy Floppy Roulette Strategy by Sunny moves on for that round for sure. And then if we need to, we'll figure out the parameters and variables of the other strategies to see which one let's fill in this spot up here. But yeah, that's the plan for now. Looking at our bankroll tracker, just to wrap up the video, we did 2 days of playthrough today. And in total from the website, we profited $22.55, which is really good to see after getting all these losses. So that doesn't even recover us from the last day of playthrough, but it's a slow comeback. We never try to chase our losses. We just play disciplined. Every day is a new day. We just reset. We just go for 1% profit every day. Try not to look at the big grand scheme of things. We just gotta focus on the little wins. That's all that I'm trying to do here. It's all a mental game. Can't let all those losses affect the mental too much. But overall in the video, we're up $41. So we got $22 from gambling today. And then with all the bonuses and the sports betting, we actually profited $41 in the past 2 days here. So balance is sitting at 1,136 after this video, so it's a pretty good jump. Speaking of the bonuses, I'm going to show you guys the bonuses I claimed since the last episode. So we have our weekly bonus that we claimed from the website. I think it's about $5.48. So nice little addition. We got a ton of losses recently, so I think that a little bit bigger because of those losses. But you know, it doesn't recover everything. We'll still take it. Got some free spins. I think I got 2 sets of free spins, and I think they both paid out really well. This one was already $20. So that one was pretty crazy. Yeah, that's a good hit right there. I think this ends up at like 30 something, maybe just $29, but that helped recover pretty much like 1 day of losses. Not even fully, but that did help big time. Getting some free spins. We paid out $30.42. So that was a good hit. And we had some other free spins. This one also paid out pretty well. But yeah, I just use outside casino apps. Like there's some local ones I use. I use FanDuel, DraftKings, Fanatics, and I just try to check for any bonuses, any promotions, and add that money to the bankroll, which does help out a lot. As you can see, just getting $30 for free, 0 risk is exactly what adds to the balance, keeps it rolling. Anytime I can get a 0 risk addition to the balance, I'm going to take it all day. We need those big time, especially after getting a ton of losses. So it's good to have a lot of avenues of money to pull from. So I have like 6 different apps I use, and this one also paid out really well. Like I said, that paid out, I think just $28.30. I think that's the last hit there. Yeah, so $28.30. Pretty darn good recovery on some extra bonuses from outside apps. Massive play, needed that big time. And that will be it for this episode. Hope you guys did enjoy. We got 2 wins finally. Hopefully we can get a 3rd win. We've been on a pretty good loss streak, like I said, and the last time we had 3 wins in a row was pretty far back up here. So hopefully we can keep this win streak going, start adding to the bankroll again. But I hope you guys did enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for submitting your strategies. Thank you for joining the Discord and giving me all your support. You guys are the best. Appreciate you guys so much. Like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe, helps boost the content to get other people involved and have some other good people join the community. So let's just keep it rolling. We've been on a really good streak with the people and everyone being super cool. So yeah, I just appreciate you guys a lot. It really means a lot. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. All right, peace.